What is the deal, YouTube? What's the deal, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Hard hitting sports in your face, cooling the other side of the pillow. Breaking news. Breaking news. Breaking news. Joe Haden, Pro Bowl cornerback of the Cleveland Browns, has been released. This according to NFL insider Ian Rappaport. The Browns have cut Joe Haden. The Cleveland Browns have cut cornerback Joe Haden, according to NFL insider Ian Rappaport. Haden was the 7th overall pick in the 2010 draft out of Florida. And 7 seasons with the Browns, Haden registered 19 interceptions. This is huge. I was just saying on yesterday that I felt like he would be a good move to bring in to be a part of our secondary. And now we have the opportunity to not trade anything for him and go and sign him. Go and bring him in here for cheap on a deal that will one of those prove it deals. His issues have always has been that he's been hampered by injuries. He's been hampered by injuries. You look at him over the past few seasons, and injuries has hampered him. But you know what? See, here's the problem. You have a player on a team that is just terrible. It's a franchise that's terrible. Like, Cleveland is just fucking terrible. Who the fuck wants to play hard for the Browns? And I understand, like, players should, they should take their craft seriously. I'm not saying that just because you're on a bad team that you should, not go out there and condition well and shit like that. But goddamn, can you imagine coming from the Florida Gators? I don't know a lot about slave ball, but I do remember Florida having a lot of success. I do remember hearing of Florida having a lot of success, especially back in 2000, around that 2010 time. Isn't that around that time where they had like Tim Tebow at quarterback and shit like that, if I'm not mistaken? I could be mistaken. If I am mistaken, just sorry, I just don't follow that sport. But imagine coming from a situation where, you're expected to win, and then going to one of the worst franchises in the NFL. You go out there and you train hard, you play well, you're a Pro Bowler, and you guys win 1 game a season, 2 games a season. Wouldn't that start leaning on you after a while? You play so well, yet your team still sucks ass. It would start to weigh on me. I'm like, shit, I'm out here grinding and busting my ass, and my team is god awful. It's awful. Now, I do not understand why Cleveland would start to build up its blocks. They got, what did they draft? 2 safeties in the draft. They got Jamie Collins. They have a decent defense. I don't understand why you get rid of your best cornerback. But at the same time, this man did have injury issues and shit like that. But you're starting to build a culture. I don't get that. This would be a great move for the Dolphins. We can get him cheap. I think we got $9 million under the cap right now after the Jay Cutler move. We can get him cheap, and he would help solidify our secondary more than more than Alton Werner. I don't think Alton Werner has an opportunity to become a top 10 cornerback. Joe Haden is still young enough at 28 to come in and do what Brent Grimes did. We got Brent Grimes at 31 years old. Joe Haden, and if you look at him, well, I think Haden is a little bigger than Brent Grimes, but it's weird how similar this situation is. Because if you remember, Brent Grimes was having injury issues in Atlanta. Then he came down here, got a resurgence in his career, and became a Pro Bowler. Remember that shit? Now you bring Joe Haden in here, put him in a culture that has Sue, that has Wake, that has Jones, and I believe we can start to revive that career of Joe Haden. Don't fucking let him go to another cornerback needy team like the fucking Raiders or some shit like that really needs him. I'm hoping that we're going after this guy. It disappoints me that Jamar Taylor did well once he got to Cleveland. Yeah. Man. Great opportunity. Let's see if we fucking take it. And bring Joe Haden in here. And the ex-Florida player coming back to Miami, coming to a team that just won playoff games. I'm pretty sure this man would come in. He just got cut. He's got the skills. I'm pretty sure he would come in here and play with a chip on his shoulder. Anyway, folks, check it out. Tonight, 7 p.m. tonight, we are doing our third episode of Dolphin Fan Voices. So make sure that you tune in. There's a lot of things that we're going to be talking about. I don't know how big the panel is going to be tonight. I'm still kind of getting used to it. This is my first ever podcast, so there's a lot that I still have to get used to. You know what I mean? Still, everything I do on that podcast is a learning lesson. So I'm still learning how to do everything. I'm gonna change up a few things today. I'm on some issues that I saw from the last podcast, so I'm gonna try to make it run a little bit smoother. So let me know if you see anything that we can do to make it even that much better. Anyway, folks, I am out of here. Dolphins, let's get Joe Haden, bring him on this team. I think he will be a bigger asset than Alton Werner. I think he has an opportunity to rebound his career and get back into that top 10 in cornerbacks in the NFL. I think it's highly possible. Anyway, folks, no hard feelings, Maxwell. Absolutely. What is the question, Tommy 265? The good thing about this is we can bring Joe Haden in here for cheap, right? Because he just got cut. He's been a player with injury issues. We can bring him in here for cheap and still have Maxwell on the squad. We don't necessarily, because I think Maxwell is gone after this year anyway. But yeah, interesting. Anyway, folks, I will talk to you guys next time. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter. The Twitter handle is @casual, @KASUWELL is the Twitter handle. 7 o'clock tonight, Dolphin Fan Voices. Join us. We will be taking questions from the audience to discuss during the show. I actually want to work on a way to get it so people who are watching can actually call in as well, but that will be at a later time. There's a lot of shit I'm planning for this show, including player interviews. We're working on that as well. I will talk to you guys next time. I'm out of here. Joe Haden, welcome to Miami. I hope so, man.